some lights, camera, action, as they say. I'm gonna be so for real. I've never recorded a video like this, so we'll see how this works. What's going on, guys? It's hot as nuts in my room right now, so I'm kind of bugging. That's right, everybody. I just dropped a EP. This is my first project since 2023 called SOCIOPATH. It's on the screen right now. Go stream it, everything like that. But today, I'm going to be breaking down every song, kind of like the format of a Genius interview. I'm not popping enough for a Genius interview. Yeah, we're going to kind of break down what's been going on, what I was thinking, what was going through my head, whatever. This is very much a passion project of mine. I really put a lot of vulnerability into this. This is not like anything I've released before. Everything I've released prior to this was like project-wise kind of all over the place, and I really wanted this project to be an experience. Like, I feel like every song on here could be someone's favorite for whatever reason, and they all are kind of based in the same, maybe not necessarily based in a specific emotion, but just kind of based in impulse. And like, these songs are something that like I want the listener, like if something happens in their life, I want their first thought to be to put whatever their favorite song is from this project. Like, I just want them to put that on and listen to it. And this is not a mainstream sounding project. This is my own sound, and like, I wanted to put out something that showed the evolution of this specific style of song that I make, because I make a lot of different kinds of music, a lot of different genres. This was all within the same category. So, no more yapping. We're just going to get it straight into the breakdowns of every song. Okay, so the first song on the project is, the title of the project is called Sociopath. And let's kind of talk about the title of this song and this project. I guess there's quite a few ways you could kind of take the meaning of sociopath. The kind of aspect that I went with is from personal experience, because I have had like big stretches of time in my life where I just struggled to feel something. Like, maybe not necessarily specifically a lack of empathy or remorse, just like a lack of feeling in general, not thinking about how the things that I'm doing will affect me and people around me down the line. But that's kind of where I went with that, and we'll get into that when we step into the first song. But every song on here mainly is falling under the umbrella of impulsivity and risk-taking, and irresponsibility and disregard for consequences, difficulty maintaining relationships, superficial charm and intelligence, things of that nature. A lot of arrogance and self-entitlement. I would say, like, everybody has an ego, but I really needed to be humbled for a long time, and I didn't get that, and that led to me making a lot of dumb decisions that I definitely regret. And so I kind of wanted to make this to be vulnerable, to share those experiences of me making dumb decisions, just being able to talk about it and get it out, as well as hopefully teach whoever's listening some sort of lesson about thinking about what the fuck you're doing, and not just living on impulse and instant gratification, things of that nature. So yeah, let's get into the first song. We're gonna get into it's called Sociopath intro. We got the lyrics right here, and let's listen.
You made me feel too numb. You made me feel not enough. You made me feel not enough. You made me feel too numb. You made me feel too numb. You made me feel not enough.
So these first lines, kind of like the hook or the like thing that I really was wanting to drill into your brain that you don't forget, is this: you made me feel too numb. You made me feel not enough. Yeah, so I kind of wanted to just drill that into the listener's brain, because it's basically like almost a textbook definition of a sociopath. Is like, they don't feel anything. And then you hear on the second iteration of those repeating lines is you hear the background vocals come in of the higher pitch. And I kind of wanted to kind of mirror the two pitches, tones, voices, whatever, kind of mirror them, and just show the lower pitch as like the, man, everything sucks, like I can't feel anything, what is happening, and the higher pitch kind of being the voice of reason, and I guess a second outlook, like a second thought on it, I guess. Let's resume.
You made me feel too numb. If
By the way, none of what I say in this video is how you should hear the song. You should hear, interpret, and digest the song however like it works for you. Because as we get on, this is definitely the most simple song on this project in terms of like lyrics and whatnot. It definitely gets a lot heavier. Interpret all of this. Any of song I make now, have made, or will make, interpret it how you like feel. Don't take my definition for it. This is just what I think when I say these kind of things.
You made me feel too numb. If I was in my room, and if the rain would fall, I would still love you. I would still love you. You made me feel too numb. Yeah. You made me feel too numb. You made me feel too numb. You made me feel too numb.
Okay, some notes here. I said, if I was in my room and if the rain would fall. That could be interpreted two ways. If I was in my room is basically like if I was completely by myself, if I was all alone, I would still love you. Basically saying like if I have nobody else, at least I still have you. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I interpreted that. And it also is kind of like being all alone fucking sucks. Being by yourself in your room. And if the rain would fall, that's kind of like in my mind, when I think of rain, I think of big numbers, I guess, if that makes sense, because there's a lot of raindrops, whatever. I think of like big numbers. I think of if I wasn't by myself, if I wasn't all alone, as opposed to being all alone in my room. So that's basically like my interpretation of whether I'm by myself or I have a million people around me, a million raindrops, a million people around me, I would still love you. And that's why I repeated it twice, because there was only 2 lines and I repeated it twice. You guys get it. If I was all alone, I would still love you. If I was surrounded by a million people, I would still love you. So that's why 2 and 2, whatnot. And then at the end, you kind of hear like a background hypnotic vocal, and it immediately shifts back into the 4-time repeating, low pitch, kind of empty vocal, while also still maintaining that background hypnotic vocal that I was doing with my finger. Ooh, that kind of thing. Yeah, that was the first song, Sociopath. That was just the intro. I promise my other explanations will make more sense and have more depth to them. And that one was like, I heard that instrumental and I was like, oh my god, this is the perfect intro for this project that I want to make. I actually think this song was actually the last one I made for this project. I believe it was either this song or the next one right now. One of those two was the very last song that made it onto this project. Anyways, next song. Okay, so the second song is called Right Now, and before we even get into this one is definitely a lot heavier, and also has a lot more interpretation, and it talks about a lot of sensitive topics like self-harm, suicide, things of that nature. So if that is a sensitive topic to you, I definitely recommend not listening to this one and kind of skipping this breakdown.
I'm here right now, never even left. And you love me for now, till you leave me for dead. Bullet laid in my head, put a slit on my skin. Till you love me, will you love me again?
Okay, a lot to cover here. So, here, obviously, the first line, title of the song. 'Cause I'm here right now, never even left. And you love me for now, till you leave me for dead. This can be interpreted many ways. Could be obviously talking about a specific individual, like relationship wise, like I've always been here, I never left you, and you'll love me now, and then eventually you're just gonna leave. But this could be interpreted as like a relationship between like an artist and a fan base, like you guys love me now, like I never even stopped being here for you guys musically, whatever. I never stopped giving you guys all of my soul. I never stopped I never left. I'm here. I never left. And you guys love me for now. You praise me. You love the things that I do. You appreciate my work. But the way that the internet goes, and like also like having a persona, a public persona, it all eventually comes to an end, and you'll leave me for dead. You'll forget I even existed. And then the next line could be, none of it even matters. I'll just end it all. Put a bullet in my head. End it all. Straight, like no filter. Like I'll just end it all. Because it doesn't even matter. It's kind of like the like nothing I even do matters. I have no actual impact. And then the next line, put a slit on my skin. This is definitely not my take on self-harm, but it could be that a lot of people do it for control or for attention. So like putting a slit on your skin for attention, like that's a cry for help, or putting a slit on your skin because that's the only thing in your life that you feel like you can control, because you can't control this other person and you can't control the way that the public feels about you for the most part. I guess that's kind of my take on it, but again, interpret it however you want. And then the part, till you leave me, will you love me again? That is kind of like, in my head, when I was making this, I was thinking like, when you're like so out of it, so emotionally just dead, you're just repeating the same things to yourself, trying to manifest something, because you have nothing. Like I've been there where like I felt like I've had literally nothing, and the only thing you feel like you can do is just try to like will something into existence, will this person into loving you again, will this person into feeling that infatuation that they felt when you first started talking. And then will you love me again, where it goes in that really big, powerful, long like string of notes and the long string of vocal. It's just kind of like the final, like we've all been there where we just want to scream, we just want to just yell and get it all out. That's kind of what my take on that was the insanity of just repeating the same thing, hoping something, like you just feel fucking crazy, like you just feel fucking nuts, and then it just goes into, you just let it all out, the big scream, just let it all out. So that was obviously that's what was in my head when I made this. So continue.
Then I'm leaving, never see me again. If not, then I'm leaving. Say you're not gonna leave me again. Say you're not gonna leave me. Tell me that you're not gonna leave me again.
Then this next part where it goes straight from the loud, long scream to the quiet, like this is the comeback to reality moment after a mental breakdown. It's just like, okay, what am I going to do? I need to leave. I need to, if you're not going to treat me right, I'm gone. It's simple as that. If you're not going to respect me, if you're not going to love me, if you're not going to give me the same energy that I'm putting out, I'm leaving. I'm gone. You're never going to see me again. Whether that means quitting whatever public thing you're doing, music, sport, whatever. If you just quit and leave forever, just disappear to save your own sanity and mental health, then that's just how it's got to be. Same with a relationship. If you're putting your all into this person, this individual, and they're giving you nothing back, you're just leaving. I'm leaving. You're not going to see me again. If you don't respect me, I'm leaving, which I have done before. Like, if you're not going to show me the same respect and effort and energy and love that I'm giving out, why the fuck would I stick around? Makes no sense. So yeah, that's what was in my head for that. And then again, back with the repetition of like feeling crazy, and it's like, can you see me? Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you see me now? After that big breakdown you have in front of the world or in front of that person, you have that breakdown, and then now you're like, okay, you pushed me to that point. Now do you understand why I'm doing this? That was my perspective on that. So
Right now, never even left, and you love me for now, till you leave me for dead.
So I kind of wanted to not layer the vocal on that line. I didn't want to layer the vocal on there, and I wanted to cut the instrumental to really put it into your head, like to really fucking drill that line home. That's why I did that one exactly. Continue.
It ain't in my head, put a slit on my skin, till you love me, will you love me again?
So the second iteration of the like quiet whispering after the loud scream. Say you're not gonna leave me. Tell me that. This is in my head. Like, I feel like this could be an actual conversation. Like, so you're not gonna leave me. Tell me that. Tell me that you're not leaving me. Tell me that you're not leaving. Let me know, because I gotta know if you're leaving again. Let me know if you're leaving. Say you're not. Please say you're not leaving me again. So it's kind of like that moment of insanity again, where you're like, I am picture this one as like you're talking to the individual. Tell me that. Tell me that you're not leaving me. Like, you want them to say the one thing that you want, like, and they're just not doing it. Yeah, and then it just goes back into the quiet, just, I'm here right now. Anyways, that was Right Now, kind of a heavier song. That was one of my favorites. Shout out to Spacey Javen. He said this was his favorite song, made him tear up. I appreciate that. Love you, brother. Hope you're well. Yeah. All right, track number 3. This is Entirely. This one is definitely less of the sad kind of low, like, insanity type of song. Like, main point of the previous song Right Now was to just kind of like be that breakdown insanity moment where you hate this person, you hate what you're doing. And then this is the polar opposite. You are infatuated again. You love this person. You are so blessed to be with them. This is the exact opposite. I love that kind of thing, but it is still obviously like, you know, lower tone, pitch, whatever, kind of like, you know, it's typical sad-ish sounding kind of. Okay, let's go.
By now they would all leave. Somehow you're here with me. Love you entirely. Love you with all my being.
Okay, the lyrics on this one are pretty self-explanatory. By now they would all leave. Somehow you're here with me. That's pretty simple, like saying, you know, I've been in this situation before and they would leave, but you didn't. It's kind of like, you know, that feeling when someone does something for you that nobody's ever done before and you're like, oh, is this how I'm supposed to be treated? Is this what I deserve? Yeah, we'll get into that part. Is this what I deserve? We'll get into that here in a second. Bro, you think I won't beat you? Look at this fucking pansy punk. What are you doing front flips for, bro? Get your ass back up there. Oh, so dramatic. He's so dramatic. All right, he's going down there, bro. Fucking psychopath. Anyways, we'll continue.
What does it mean? Never felt love that's this real, I'm insane. That's what I tell myself deep in my brain. I can't accept it cause all of my pain.
Okay, so this is basically that moment after they do something for you that you've never had done before. It's like, what does this mean? What is happening right now? I've never felt love that's this real and I'm insane. That's what I tell myself deep in my brain. Like, that's the moment of like self-sabotage. Like, oh my God, what is this? Your intentions here are not pure. You're about to do something crazy and you just can't accept it because of all the previous trauma and things like that. That's very, very common, especially in this day and age. Like, you know, whatever. Then it just goes back into the chorus.
I know they would all leave. Somehow you're here with me. Love you entirely. Love you with all of my being. By now they would all leave. Somehow you're here with me. Love you with all of my being.
So yeah, and then it just continues with the violin. I really love this instrumental, by the way. If you know what this is from, comment down below because this is not my instrumental. Well, I'm a thief. So I also, you can see in the lyrics here, these are the actual lyrics that will eventually be on Spotify because they didn't fucking drop day one for some reason. All is capital because it literally, this is that moment where you love this person with every fiber of your being. That was Entirely the shortest main song on the project. Track 4 out of 5 is Addicted to Conflict. So this song is very, very special to me. This is probably my favorite song that I've ever made. Simply put, this is the most poetic, real song I've ever made. And this is all based on true things. This song is quite old though. I made this in 2023 and I just never found a spot to release it. It's not really a single type of song. I can't just drop this on its own. And I just needed somewhere to put it. And this was the project for it. This was the perfect project to put this song. So let's go.
Sorry about that.
Time and time and time again, same mistakes, no real lesson.
Time and time and time again, same mistakes, no real lesson. So this is basically, for me personally, this was, I kept making the same mistakes over and over, and you just never learn. That's damaging. That's bad. You keep fucking up over and over, doing the same things, and you're just hurting people and just hurting yourself, and you're not changing your behavior. That's basically what that line is.
Breakups aren't too hard initially. At least that's how it was for me. Time passes and you start to think. I started seeing her in dreams. I started second guessing everything.
So this is basically talking about my experience with breakup. I mean, everything I'm saying, I feel like it's pretty simple. Breakups aren't too hard initially. Like, usually when you break up, yo, let's go get fucked up, let's party, let's move on. Like, you're all right, bro, like, you're good, come hang out, chill. Once that party era ends, say, you know, my relationship ended in a summer. Once winter hit, it was seasonal depression. You really start to think about, whoa, what the fuck happened? Like, how, like, once the party's over, everybody leaves, you're by yourself, it's just you and your thoughts, and you start thinking, and it starts to hit you. You start seeing them in your subconscious, second guess everything, like, what, did I make the right decision? In hindsight, thank God I made the right decision, made the perfect decision. But this is something that can be used to help someone else, so that's why I released it.
Convince myself I'm not bad when I hurt others I never mean to.
So this was talking about the era afterward where I was making some decisions that I regret. Nobody wants to be the bad guy, but sometimes you gotta fucking face yourself and realize, whoa, I'm making some bad decisions. I'm hurting people. Never meant to. Nobody ever, well, I won't say nobody. Genuine good people never mean to hurt anybody, but decisions you make, you don't mean to hurt someone. You don't mean to hurt people, but you just can't help yourself sometimes, and people end up hurt in the process, and you just gotta do what you can to make things right. And figure things out. So, yeah.
Substitutes don't fill the void. They see me and I hope they avoid. Pain I inflicted feels like it's affected a million, but maybe I'm just addicted to conflict.
Substitutes don't fill the void. In retrospect, I probably should have not put the word substitutes, because that just kind of seems like you're trying to replace this person, when for me personally, my experience, it wasn't trying to replace the person, it was trying to replicate that feeling of not being, and that meant surrounding myself with the wrong people. Substitutes to that feeling never filled the void, and they see me and I hope they avoid. That just made me feel like I just wanted to inflict pain on myself, and that was basically just me being like, I don't want to surround myself with people because I just hurt them. Pain I inflicted feels like it's affected a million. It's just like, when you really are down in that spot that nobody wants to be in, like that spot, that deep dark spot, you exaggerate, you get dramatic, and you feel like everything is a million times worse than it actually is, when, you know, it's okay. Give it time. Time heals. It really fucking does. And then the last line is really just kind of that looking in the mirror moment where you're like, oh, I know my problem. I'm addicted to conflict. I'm addicted to putting myself in bad situations because of all that insecurity and self-hatred that you have. You just want to hurt yourself in any way you can. And that's Addicted to Conflict. It's one of my favorite songs I've ever made, if not the favorite. Last song is called I Stopped.
I'm perfectly fine on my own. To be honest, I prefer being all alone. But thank you for bringing me home. And thank you for making me whole. I starve, I starve, I starve, I starve, I starve.
I let that one play out because I mean it is pretty simple. Like, it's not hard to understand what I mean. I'll be fine on my own. To be honest, I prefer being all alone. I thank you for bringing me home, and thank you for the things that you... The original line before I cut that was, thank you for all the things that you've shown. Thank you for the lessons you taught me. Thank you for bringing me back home, bringing me back to this place where I feel normal again. And it repeats, I'm perfectly fine on my own. Like, to be honest, I prefer being all alone. I've always been an introvert. I don't like partying. I don't like going out, whatever. I'm a fucking nerd, weirdo, whatever. But thank you for bringing me home, and thank you for making me whole. Like, thank you for making me feel okay again. This is I'm not gonna explain what who I'm thanking. I'll let you guys think about that one. And then it's just I stopped. And I'm gonna let you guys. I'm gonna leave this one up to interpretation. I'm not gonna get too deep into what I mean here. What did I stop? What did I stop? It's for you guys to figure out. But it's not about what I stopped. It's about what you stopped. That's the hint all along. But yeah, that was my project. That was Sociopath, 5 songs. Like I said, that one, it's definitely a deeper look under the surface. Me as an artist, me as a person, especially this video is really getting deep into me. Hey, video is going really deep under the surface, not into me. I hope you guys enjoyed. I kind of feel like I should do this for every project I've ever done, or maybe every song I've ever done, whatever. Maybe, depends. It's kind of a fun experience. I really appreciate y'all for watching. Go stream Sociopath, all platforms. ALLANONE, all platforms. Yeah, shout out VMP for long live Lunar. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it.